Hello and welcome to the Me Perspective with me, Morg, and my co-host Alec.
Yo.
Today we're going to bring you some more political stories, just like yesterday.
Yeah.
Pick 3. Of course, one of them's still a big topic everywhere, and that's like the ongoing situation in France with the shooting in Paris at the, I think it's Charlie Hebdo, the cartoonist who sadly lost their lives, and that, and we've also got a story. It's kind of like a funny story, really.
Yeah, we want to lighten up the mood after talking about the Paris situation with another dismissed UKIP member of the week.
Rosanna Duncan.
Yeah. You'll get to it. Yeah, after the Paris situation.
Yeah, well, just a bit of an introduction on it. She was dismissed from UKIP a while back, but she's recently come into light now after saying she doesn't like Negroes, there's just something about their face, so, that's kind of like a bold, controversial statement. But
it's just funny that you hear someone say how the stupidity.
Another big thing as well we're looking at is how the current party, political party who's in charge of Spain, I think the Popular Party, I think that's what they're called, how they're trying to bring a law in that, as well, quite a lot of things are going to be banned, but one of the main things being peaceful protests are going to be banned. And if you do, you're going to get, at the worst, some prison time and
a heavy fine.
Yeah, I think it was €60,000 it could have go up to.
Yeah, so, and they've now made it illegal to photograph police and record.
So a bit of...
So that's basically...
technically brutality, I suppose.
It's against civil rights, isn't it? That you use civil rights.
EU human rights. It says Article 11 that people basically have a right to peaceful protest. So if they take that away, they're breaking people's human rights.
I know the opposite party, the contending party, have said if they get into power this year, or it might be next year now, they'll remove that law, but that could just be a way of just getting power.
Yeah, they were kind of left-wing, all our opposite parties, so I have hopes that they will,
It just shows the remnants of fascism.
Yeah, Franco, Spain. It's long dead, but, they saw some...
fascist there.
Yeah, some fascist tendencies, But anyway, first we're going to start off talking about Paris shootings, and there's been some recent highlights now that apparently they were seen I think it was the north of France, not that far away from Paris. Apparently they robbed a gas station, took some food, filled up on petrol,
shot 2 people, 1 was killed.
That wasn't them actually, that was just some other person.
Oh, that's what I read.
And then they fled back, towards Paris. So whether they make another appearance, we don't know. See.
Yeah, they might be doing just an onwards raid of the media coverage. They might be shooting up another place soon. Wouldn't surprise me. But one person, he's age 18. He's admitted to doing it. He went to the police.
There's 2 still. The 2
brothers.
brothers.
The 2 are still there.
They're still kind of just around. I mean, they've been seen in the north of France. They've got some fuel. They got food, and then they've left, going in the direction of Paris. So it's kind of maybe they will, maybe they won't. We don't really know. And there was a second shooting in Paris as well, which killed one. Yeah, killed a city employer. No, it killed a policewoman and critically injured a city employee. But at the moment, there's nothing to say those 2 attacks are related. So, yeah. But there's been a massive world response to the shootings. I mean, I think there was vigils in LA. So that's how far.
Yeah, and in London there was a massive one. But they know with the 2 that they're after now, the 2 brothers, they've got a history of prison time. the older brother went to prison for recruiting for Afghanistan, Al Qaeda in Afghanistan. So there's obvious links to Al Qaeda there. So yeah, like is a weird time in France at the moment, in Paris.
Sad as well, like really sad. Like, well, so now it's 14 people.
14 people shot.
Been killed in attacks by.
Never mind the 10 injured as well.
Yeah, there's injured as well, the critically injured person, and like the other 10 who was shot up. So yeah, like a lot of. Well, we don't really. It's going to be ongoing for like a week, like the rest of the week, in my opinion. Like, it won't surprise me if something else happened tomorrow, like whether.
Or it might have happened recently, like within hours of now, but not reported on.
Yeah, like.
Maybe quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a fucked up situation out there at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we know that France are quite anti-Muslim, or they.
I think they do like have quite a big population of Muslims. Like,
yeah, they've got a massive population of Muslims, more than.
I think it's not massive. It's like, it's it's like 4%. So like, some people see that as big. I mean,
yeah.
I may be wrong. I thought it was 4%.
But they've banned burqas and turbans as well in Paris. Like, they're illegal to wear. So
turban, no, burqa, I'm kind of like 50-50. I know it's part of their like. It says like like that's one like, a massive part of their religion is women wearing the burqa. Like, it's sexist in a way. It is like it can be used. It can be used. I think it probably has been used for bad things.
Yeah, but I do think it is freedom to practice religion.
Yeah.
I don't know how that law is in place, so it should be withheld, but not withheld, held up.
Yeah.
Like,
so it is a human right, like another European human right.
So Paris,
Just kind of like another waiting game now to see if anything else happens. Like,
apparently has been boiling up for quite a while in Paris. Like, there is a lot of friction in the Muslim culture, but the majority of Muslims have kind of apologised for.
not really apologise because
I don't think they should apologise because it was
I wouldn't say they've apologised. They've just like they've joined like the morning. Like, they've said like we don't condone what they've done. They haven't like I wouldn't say they've apologised. They've just done what any good person would do. They've said like
that's a bad thing to do.
The thing that they're doing now in the name of Islam is totally wrong. Cause that's not what they like a majority of Muslims do. And again, like you one of the policemen that was shot, like I think the one in the video where you can see like execute him. He was a Muslim, so it's they all say them like just no one's like kind of like off their hit list, so to speak. Like just I think I can see us maybe doing another update on this tomorrow, because I'm sure more stuff will come around tomorrow.
Yeah, and we're holding this quite close to our heart, like this story.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, we don't want it to be misrepresented as well. We hate that the Muslims are getting a bad rap for it. We don't condone people taking aggressive acts against
like
Muslims.
right-wing fucks, like I think like Britain First, like them on Facebook,
they're probably lapping it up.
Yeah, no,
I haven't
like,
checked, but
I mean, probably if you go over their Facebook account now, that it'll just be
lapping it
anti-Muslim bullshit now, like just blaming all Muslims for it, even though it's like a small sect of extremist Muslims. See my like, there you go. Yeah. So I mean, well, I think that's all we can really see so far. The next probably going to talk about now is the legislation that stops peaceful protests in Spain, which again is like a protect the human right.
Abomination.
Yeah, like under human. I can't think of the exact way to say it. It was like the European Union has like its own kind of way, like saying like kind of like a type of word like an American one understands it. It's basically a bill of rights that everyone who's a part of the European Union has to follow.
Yeah.
And part of that is Article 11 that everyone has the right to peaceful protest. So if they say that the citizens can't have a peaceful protest when they're part of the European Union, technically that's illegal, and the country can't, like the whole country, like the country just as like a just a thick, like
a state.
Yeah, the state can't, the state of Spain can be taken to the European Court of Human Rights and then fined probably billions because it's illegal. Like,
yeah,
I agree with it. Like,
extremely illegal.
Like, everyone has a right to peaceful protest. Like, like sometimes maybe I think in extreme situations like violent protests, like it isn't like it's not like London riots type shit where like they were just looped in and just doing shit for like no reason. But like if it's like
it's peaceful. I don't even think there's a sector doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, even violent protests at the end of the day can sort of be justified.
Yeah.
But peaceful protests, no one's hurt. They don't usually, like, damage, like.
It's only because it's the richest place in Spain that they're banning it. Where is that situation going on in Barcelona, where most of Spain's income?
Yeah, Spain. I think the recession hit them hard, like really hard.
Yeah.
Like, not only that, they're obviously a part of the Eurozone.
But Barcelona are bringing in most of Spain's money and like is in the banking area where the protests are going on. So fair enough to try and cut down on it, but there's no right to stop people from protesting. They might be costing the country money, but still is diabolical.
But yeah, so I mean, a left-wing political party in Spain has replied by saying, if we get voted in, we'll get rid of it. I think they will, because, like, I just think they will. And I think there was another thing, like, in the Spanish Parliament, it was a left-wing coalition, and they put, like, they tied something around their mouth and just said, because basically this is what our law is like a gagging order, so they like kind of gag themselves in court to make like a political point, and it's quite like, again, like we'll put all these articles and inscriptions so you can read them and validate them, but like there's a picture, as you can see now. So
why we're pissed off is it happened 12th of December around that time, and we've heard nothing about it. Like, our media, like BBC, all of this, like the Sun, everything, all the tabloids, they haven't covered it one bit. It's just been swept under the carpet.
I think probably like I didn't really read the Guardian back then. But I think like kind of like quality newspapers like that. Like, I mean, the Guardian for one. Like I know like a massive right wing Guardians, right wing quality papers, the Daily Mail, so maybe papers like that might have covered it, but yeah, definitely the tabloids did, the mainstream news didn't. I don't remember seeing it on the BBC News.
Seen it on the news.
Maybe wrong, but I can't really remember it. So, I mean, yeah, I think Russell Brand talked about it.
That's how I found out about it. A guy from the Rubber Bandits was talking to her.
Yeah. A quote: "The original draft includes heavy fines for street protesters who carry signs harmful to Spain or the region." So I don't see how a sign can cause harm to Spain. Like, it's like, how can a sign damage the country? Like, imagine just people protesting like like a sign, like a picket. Like, I can't see how that's gonna hurt Spain, but
unless it's on fire and they're throwing it.
Yeah. Fucking smashing shit up with it, but it's like I said, peaceful protests. So they're just like using their human right, like protests, which is totally acceptable.
Yeah,
like not hurting anyone, not hurting any property, but apparently that's harmful to Spain.
And they've threatened like just deportation to immigrants, illegal immigrants, which is unfair. I'd say, like, even people taking refuge in Spain, they're threatening if they caught protesting, they'll be deported. And even the Catholic Church is against that. Even the Pope has spoke out about it.
Yeah, despite all religion's flaws, and I'm really anti-religious, but it's the majority of religious people. They are like kind of like good people in the way, and I'd be like, they can't, like, I would, because if you like. You're in a place where you can help people less fortunate than you should.
Yeah, if you've got that pedestal you're on, you should be
like,
talking about that.
Or just send them back to their own country to like probably just basically might just die. Like I suppose, like
Yeah,
you know,
it's fucked up.
it's a reason like they fled from the country in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so our next report is on the dismissed UKIP. Rosanna Duncan, like, what was she like? Was she an MP? I don't think she was. Or was she running for it?
She's an independent councillor. Yeah, in the constituency of South Thanet in Kent.
Yeah, which is Nigel Farage's original constituency, which is one of the most like, I think it's quite an impoverished place. Like, it's not like, it's weird how like, you know, conservative, like I know UKIP, like the classical liberal conservative parties. It's weird how like people like Nigel Farage, probably here I'm guessing, come from really rich backgrounds, how they can represent one of the most impoverished places in England, but apparently they do. And what she was quoted as saying was,
well, it's exactly how Germany happened, though. What's happening with UKIP, how like Nazi Germany come to fruition, is that Germany was impoverished, so they asked for radical change, and they had to blame someone.
I wouldn't call UKIP like,
they're not as
yeah,
extreme as Nazi Germany yet.
I think parties like that, like clearly EDL, BNP. I mean, why the fuck did you vote for the BNP? Like,
It's crazy.
yeah, I mean UKIP, like
UKIP are like just a more polished though BNP. Or
it just seems like
smiley faced BNP.
they think their solution to all Britain's problems is to blame it on immigrants, but it's not. It's really not.
It ain't the fucking immigrants like losing us money. Is the corporations here, like Starbucks and Apple, fucking not paying their taxes, like not paying at all their taxes. Like they're only, I think it's 12% they have to pay, and they're paying like maybe 4%.
So, you know how much in taxes does corporations pay
In Britain.
I know in America it's basically nothing. I think they get away with nothing in America. Obviously they place all their money offshore as well. Like,
yeah, that's the problem as well, placing all their money offshore.
because you've got any tax in there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's taking about,
They're paying nothing.
profit before tax paid. Consider like how much they make, billions, like no tax a lot, do they?
No, McDonald's is the worst. They're paying they tax 3.4%, and it's like 12 for small businesses.
Yeah.
And shit. That is diabolical.
I mean, even individuals, like, I know, like, obviously the richer you are, and I believe in, like, the redistribution of wealth through taxation. I think it's a great idea, like, because it's like, when people are that rich that they're not going to know this, like, money's gone, like, you know, it helps people, like, it keeps the NHS afloat and things, like, 3.4%, like, I think, like, that just an individual, like, wealthy person will have to pay a lot more, like, tax, you know, like, or a corporation that have to pay, like, if you look at it percentage wise, like how much of their wage is taken away as a percentage, kind of like, you know, the amount of revenue they make, just think as that as like how much a person earns. Like, it's just,
It's unbelievable.
yeah, I mean,
I can't even pronounce how much money McDonald's made. Like, they turned over, and then they this is in 2011 now in the UK. Before taxes, they made £1,248.5 million. Then profit before tax, they made 176 mil. And then tax paid, all they had to pay was 42.3 mil.
I mean, Amazon, don't get me wrong, I love Amazon, but they made £207 million they had to give 2 million in taxes, 0.9%.
That's fucking diabolical. I don't even understand.
And this is just like the British, like the you know, like they're, you know, like you know, the ones that are like in the UK. Like, imagine how much they make in America. Imagine how much money they make in America.
Yeah.
Like, they probably have to pay basically no tax on that. They're making that over here. It's just like,
it's unbelievable how they bring in that lack of money. Like,
anyway, we got a sidetrack there.
yeah, shit.
But yeah, like basically, anyway, back to what she said. She said she doesn't like Negroes because there's something about their faces. Like,
yeah, this is the UKIP woman.
Yeah,
the one that has been
to a BBC news crew, like, so to journalists.
Yeah, she actually said it to a BBC.
It was
film.
sent through a friend of a friend of a friend. It was like straight
to a
journalists.
BBC film crew. Like, what the fuck? It's so messed up.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand how they can get away with that.
which is blatant racism, really. But by the way, it's okay. 'Cause she has exactly one black friend.
Oh yeah, she has one black friend.
I can't make it racist. No.
Yeah, I've got a couple of black friends, so I can say whatever I want. No, thanks, UKIP woman. Thanks for enlightening me.
Yeah.
And yeah, she says something about she has Asian friends as well, like that own shops. Oh, fucking hell. She just makes me ill. Like, the stupidity makes me physically sick. Like, and she got away with that. I reckon they shouldn't be arrested or anything, but they should be forced to, I think racists should be forced to, like, take courses or something, or
Just apologising.
like a small fine, apologise.
I think because like the amount of power, she's a politician, so she has some influence and probably some money, so she could, like, you know, publicly apologise and pay quite a big fine.
Yeah, and she should definitely have to take courses, like, say 50 hours of courses.
Like how to learn, like, you know,
how not to be a fucking cunt.
how to be like, there's nothing wrong with Negroes' faces, like.
Yeah, how to learn that Negroes' faces are fine, and not to say Negro in the first place.
Yeah.
So.
She's fucking weird looking anyway.
Yeah, that's. The racists are always the ugly ones as well, or the people who say something racist about how other races look. They're the ugliest motherfuckers about as well. Like, it's either like a fat bulldog skinhead, or like butch women like that.
Nick Griffin, he's a perfect example.
Like,
Russell Elwood described him as a piece of lunch, like, it was something like stupid. Lunch and meat scratched over it.
I can see that. It's so fucked up. Like,
Anyway, like, I can't think much. Like, we're just gonna go into like a comedy political rant now. So that's like the 3 freshest stories that we covered today.
yeah, that's all we could find that like interested us.
Thanks.
All that was important.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for listening. If there's anything else you want us to talk about, probably tomorrow. And there's be a new one tomorrow. Like, comment, please like and share if it interests you and you think it'll interest your friends.
Yeah, and if you're hearing this, just at least get the Spanish story out, because it's now being covered anyway. I'd just like that to be shared with friends. Like, get it out there, because that's just completely swept under the carpet. And if that's going on in Spain, it's not far until it could go on in the UK, it could go on wherever you're listening from. If a country like Spain in the EU, like is a first world country, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
and they're being oppressed like that. So what's stopping any other first world country from being oppressed? So yeah, we're signing off now.
Thanks for listening, and like I said, if you want to hear anything specific, want us to cover anything, please comment.